Hey, it's CJ here. Welcome back into True Point of Creation and another one of our Reimagined Magazine cover challenges. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take this Vanity Fair magazine with Millie Bobby Brown. No relation to the singer Bobby Brown. We're going to take this magazine. It's from March 2025. For some reason, I have a whole bunch of these. I had like 3 or 4 of these. I already gave one away to this lady that I know. I have one in a box somewhere around here, but I have these 2 that were sitting around. So I can see that one is a little more roughed up. This one has little bit of roughing there. This one has some roughing there, so they're a little roughed up. So we're gonna try to reimagine this magazine cover. I have to pick one. This one kind of has some scratches on it. I think I'm gonna go with this one right here, so we'll go ahead and move this one out of the way for now. So before we jump in the video, I just want to say I understand that we all live in a fast-paced world and you may not have the time to sit here and watch this whole collage come together. There are a few options for you. You could just watch this video in 2x speed. Just go to your video settings and hit playback settings and then just hit 2x speed. I'm going to sound a little fast, but at least you'll still get to see the transformation. The other option is you can just skip to the end of the video and see what we came up with. If you enjoy what we came up with, please give it a thumbs up. That'll help me out. That'll help this video out. That'll help this channel out, and it's really appreciated. There is one more option for you. You can go to the shorts feed on my page and there will be a time lapse of this video mixed with some music so you can see that quick transformation, and it'll only take under 1 minute. I really hope one of those options work for you so you can still enjoy this video like everybody else. I understand we're all in a fast-paced world and we don't all have the time to sit down and watch a collage come together. These videos can kind of take some time. Even though it's a quick collage, it still takes a little bit of time. Okay, again, this is the Vanity Fair from March 2025. It has Millie Bobby Brown on it. I believe she's from Stranger Things. If y'all know, y'all know. Let me go find her centerfold real quick and show you. I don't know if centerfold's quite the term, but you know, let's find her main article. There she is. There she is. Okay, we found it right here. This is the center page for Millie right here. You may recognize her. You may recognize her. Looking very fashionable, hanging over the traffic there. I like her little outfit right here, and that's an awesome picture too. Maybe in the future we'll do some collage art with this. Actually, I think I can do another magazine cover reimagined challenge with this picture right here. I really like it. I can see something in my mind that I would like to do with it. She's very beautiful, very, very pretty lady, and so that's her article, and then it gets on to some other stuff. So the whole idea to this video is to take this kind of plain basic magazine cover and elevate it with some collage art. Now this is a quick collage art video. We're not going to take a whole ton of time doing it. We want to start it today. We want to finish it today. So we're not going to do too many crazy details with it like we could if we took a little more time to do it. But we just want to make something real cool. We want to elevate it. It's not going to take a lot to elevate it because it's already just a plain background. But we are going to try to keep the Vanity Fair part up here. We want to keep Millie's name on it. We want to still give her the shine and everything. I just saw this cover. I mean, I saw it a bunch of times because I have like 3 or 4 of them. So I figured I should take this one, try to reimagine the cover, elevate it just a bit with some collage art, and see what we come up with. So I guess the first step is going to be extracting the cover. We have to cut this off. We don't want to keep any of the barcode or anything like that, but we still need to cut off this cover. I have another plastic ruler here because I keep cutting into my other one. These plastic ones are good because they don't scratch up the magazine paper. But the downfall is then my razor blade starts cutting into the plastic. So keep buying them. They're real cheap. Just keep buying new ones. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and line this up. I just want to give this a good cut. I want to keep as much as the cover as possible. So I'm going to hold that nice and tight. Magazine covers, to cut them, you kind of have to give them a little more pressure. A little more pressure, but we don't want our little cheap measuring stick here to slide on us. I'm trying to keep it straight. And snap. There it is. All right, we have the cover. We are going to reimagine this cover. And then there's lots of other cool stuff inside this magazine. We will use this magazine. We are going to be cutting up this magazine. You know how we do on this channel. So I have some ideas of how to get rid of this text and this barcode and stuff down here, but we're going to build up the pressure and we'll save that until later on in the video. So if we mess it up, then the whole video is messed up. We don't want to know if the video is messed up right from the beginning. We want to go ahead and mess it up at the end. You know what I'm saying? No, it's going to be awesome. awesome. We're not going to worry about it. So what I really wanted to do is incorporate some flowers because the background is very, plain. So we want to try to cut out some of the background, and I wanted to incorporate some flowers. I found this advertisement and I really love it. It has a lot of flowers, and just trying to incorporate them into this shouldn't be too hard, So what I want to do is go ahead and cut around the flowers. Just cut this lady out. She's pretty. This is a cool ad. I like this as it is, but I need to get rid of her. Maybe we'll use her. We'll put her in the scrap pile because we're going to do another challenge in the future where we have to collage with scraps. So she'll go into the scrap pile, and I'm just going to go ahead and go around these flowers and try to cut them out as best as I can, as fast as I can, I guess. So let's start with this one because I think we'll use that one as well, but we got to go ahead and start here. Let me start this. Oh, it is started. So I already have this camera running with a time lapse, so I will turn this into a YouTube video short. So after you're done watching this video, go ahead and go over and watch the YouTube video short. It'll only take another minute of your time, and we'll put some music behind it. It'll be a cool, really quick transformation. This should be pretty quick as well, but that one will be really quick. So let's throw this in for that camera. Sometimes I like it where it goes like whoop, and then you start cutting like that. So that helps the other camera. I'm not going to cut all the way to the end. The idea is to just incorporate some of these flowers. And I don't know if I want the flowers to go above or below. I believe they're going to go below. I think I'm going to do some cutting around that. I'm not just going to paste this to the top of the magazine cover, although that would work as well with the way that these flowers are. Now I'm going to try not to leave too many white gaps here because that may stick out in the picture. So we're just going to try to cut off some of the edges of the flowers as we go around. And we're going to lose our pretty lady out of the middle, but like I said, she'll probably be put into another project here in the future, and she's such a good picture that I could totally see her being like even a main part of the scrap challenge. They're gonna be like, those aren't scraps, you're cheating. It's like, it's actually is scraps. If you watch our videos, we scrapped it because we cut her out of this. We couldn't use her anymore, so we cut her out of the picture. Some of these leaves on the edge, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them off. I'm not gonna get too crazy on the details here. Quick collage, we always have to remember that. That's the term we like to use because it's supposed to be quick. It's not supposed to be super in-depth, but it's just fun because just trying to reimagine a magazine cover. And I think the whole idea to these videos, like I say, is just to help you get some creative juices going, Just a place for us to hang out and do some collaging, see some different things. Maybe you haven't seen these beautiful flowers. Maybe these inspire you to go do a collage with some flowers or with a Vanity Fair magazine. Millie over here, she's excited to get herself a new cover. She's had that for a while. What was it, March? So she's been on that cover for a little while now. We're still in 2025. I'm not sure when you're watching this, but it's still from this year. I'm gonna try not to pull on it anymore and just try to slice around. My blade's doing really good with this paper. I can feel it cutting nice and easy. Maybe that's because I put a new blade on it. I'm sure my mat's not happy about it. I'm cutting deep into the mat, but that's the price we have to pay. Another one of those things where it's like, it's a cheap mat, so we're gonna cut into it. We're just gonna have to buy more of them, just like our ruler there. Okay, I'm gonna cut that leaf off the top there. Let's get that going. Let's get rid of that. A little white ain't gonna hurt because that's kind of, there's white flowers and stuff in here, so it's kind of goes with it, but we still want it to look, and I don't think you're gonna see the details on a lot of this because it's kind of, we're trying to remove that background. If you haven't caught that part already, we're trying to remove some of that purple background and make it a little more floral. That's why we need these flowers. And they're pretty flowers. I like them. They're really pretty. And that's why when I saw this, I was like, oh, I got to use that for sure, for something. And then this just fell into my lap. And I was like, yep, that's what we're using it for. So there's that. And there's our lady over here. So she's like, what is going on to my picture? Let me go ahead and cut this side. And we're not sure. Would it hurt if these were upside down? I don't think it matters if it's this way or that way. So we'll find out which one works better for our side. So I'll go ahead and keep cutting. I got to remember I'm filming this in a time lapse. Messing around with the picture like that is not great because then I have to like cut that little piece out. And when it's going super fast, it makes it a little more difficult to cut out little silly things I start doing with my hands. So you'll notice that in some of the videos I'm like talking with my hands and stuff. It's like the person watching the video is like, what is happening? You know what's happening. You were here for it. So I'm really enjoying these challenges, really enjoying them. They're fun, just trying to make something else, because I used to not use the magazine covers mostly. They kind of went to waste. I actually have somewhere around here, good luck finding it in all my boxes, but I have a box full of magazine covers because I felt like, well, I shouldn't throw them away. And I thought it was interesting. Someday I'll show it off to be like, look, here's a whole box of covers that I've cut from magazines. I actually have another box somewhere around here of bindings of just the edge of the book of the magazines, and it's funny. I wonder if I should keep this. I wonder if I should keep this flower part that sticks out and go ahead and get as much of it as I can, and if I need to just trim it off, then that'll be fine. I'm wondering if I want this to kind of poke out, so we'll see. I have some other flowers. Obviously, you saw the other piece of paper there. So I have those that I can kind of work with as well, and maybe cut some out to put them over other pieces. I'm hoping that we can just kind of layer it up and make it look a little brighter, you know, give her a little bit better cover, you know. I get it, magazine covers, they need that plain text, or they need the plain background so they can see the plain text, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I get it, but we want to elevate it. We want to give Millie some better shine over here. We want to brighten her up and give her a brighter cover. All right, so we're making our way down here to the end. I've definitely been cutting off a lot of leaves and details, but I feel like it's worth it. We don't really need all those details right now. And let's go detach it up here. I did not detach it up here, somewhere around there and right there. Okay, there she is. We're gonna save her for scraps. She is very interesting. I mean, that could be something very interesting. So she's gonna go into our scrap pile. That's what's lost on the backside. Not too much there, just that lady's body. Her head's already cut off, so I don't know. Can't do nothing for you, girl. All right, now that we have our flowers cut out, we have both of these sides. I'm not really sure. This one was this way. I don't think it matters if they're upside down or left or right or whatever like that. And this kind of pokes out. It would kind of go over her face at that point. We got to see what's going to happen. I kind of want them to go in and out, and that's where maybe we use some of these flowers. So what I want to do first is cut this in half. This part like that, and that's kind of what I need, that part. Now this we can maybe use to cut some out to kind of bring them in to kind of layer it. So we'll see. We're just trying to make it floral, trying to make it quick and easy and fun. I think I need that, but I'm not really sure. And I think I'll try to layer some in there, but I'm not really sure how that'll look either. Let's take a look at this cover again and see. I have this backing board here, and I thought it was the right size, but I guess since we cut the binding off, the sizing is going to be just a little different. I don't even know if we need this, but I'm just gonna have it here anyway. So let's, I don't know, I think I have a pencil somewhere around here. There it goes, there's a pencil. Let's line her up, I think that's it, we don't know. Is that the right part for the top? Oh, I don't know, just mess it all up. Let's do that. I can't tell, is that even? I think that's even-ish. That's even-ish. I'm just gonna grab our ruler again. Let's see if we can kind of make a straight cut somehow. Somehow. You're asking me to make a straight cut? Yeah, right. I think it just cuts that little piece off, but it feels like maybe it's slanted. I don't know why I would have cut that slanted. Oh, I don't know why I would have done that. Totally have never cut something crooked before. I'm just trying to line it up and just like little portions here. Okay, hold it tight. Hold it real tight. There we go. I'm just gonna slice this little piece off without slicing into my ruler. That seems right. Let's move all this stuff. Where's my trash bag? Don't know. Okay, that should be about right. Perfect. It's never perfect. but that should help us. I think maybe because of the way, the reason why I'm thinking is I hate to use glue. I don't want to use glue. Maybe I'll use some of the washi tape or something, but she's bending up a little bit. It's a used magazine, you know what I'm saying? There's some bends and stuff in it. Maybe we could flatten some of those out. So now comes the tricky part. I mean, I have the flowers. I was just trying to make a quick collage here, just trying to do something cool. So the hard part is going to be trying to get rid of this text and try to incorporate it. What I was thinking is trying to do some bump arounds, trying to make it kind of look like flowers. I guess I can look at this picture of flowers and try to like imagine that, but I'm going to cut into the cover, so it's going to be a little tricky here. So here comes the big part. If we mess this up, we mess the whole thing up. I don't want to cut directly onto her. I want to kind of leave these bumpy patterns, and we'll see if it works out. I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out. So let's go ahead and get into it. Ooh, do I cut it off? I'm going to not cut it off right there. I'm just going to jump into it and try to like add some bumps. I don't think that one's very good. I don't think that one's very good. Maybe, ooh, pulling on it. Let me see it from this side. I'm going to do something that's kind of maybe leafish. It's going to be tricky because I tried to do like these cloudy cuts before and they didn't work out. So not quite sure what we're going to come up with. That's what we did. Okay, we detached one side there. Looks like that's the concept we were going with. I'm not really sure how it turned out. We're going to find out. We need to do that to the other side. So let's get it in on the other side. We'll see what happens here. So I don't know. Flowers are so like sporadic. It's really hard to do. And I'm not really a florist expert. So I'm just kind of cutting some weird waves, thinking like, that might be a leaf. That might be a bump of a rose. I'm not really sure. We'll just kind of keep on doing it and see how it comes out. Hopefully it turns out well, because I don't want to cut into my other cover. I was trying to keep that one. Let's add multiple leaves to this one. Let's make it seem like it's kind of like a leaf or something. A vine or something coming off. Okay, looks like we have this side. Will it come apart? Well, no, because I still have it connected up here. I know. Does it look like a flower to you? Probably not. But, you know, I gave it my best shot. Quick collage. I'm not worried about it. Let's see. Ooh, got a little bumpy there. It might be worth gluing this down just to make sure it's glued down properly. All right, now that that part's done, we have these pieces, you know, cut them off. I guess that could go into our scrap pile. Who knows what we'd do with those, but we'll put that in our scrap pile. Maybe we could use them in the future. I have one more thing to do to her, and I'm a little worried about doing it, is you probably guessed what's coming next, didn't you? You already anticipated this, didn't you? Yes, you did. But I don't want to mess it up, so I'm going to go nice and slow and cut out her glasses. Okay, looks like we have extracted one of her frames, so that's good. Let's hope we can do that again on this side. It's a little tricky because the shadows here, you can't really see where the frame is. Let's try this side, nice and slow. All right, that was so slow, I'm gonna have to hyperspeed that time lapse. Oh, look, someone else's eye. You can see her eye came out. Oh, we know who she is. That's funny. There's her eye. That would be a collage right there. What does the other one look like? Oh, no. That's not the collage style we're going for, but you get it. Look at her eyes. Okay, that's not part of it. Let's move on. Hey, these can go into our scrap pile, though. You know, we could use those. Let's put all this stuff in our scrap pile for our future scrap collage challenge. Okay, now that we have our lenses extracted, I noticed that this has black on the edges, which we cannot have that. We gotta get rid of this black, because that'll mess everything up. Is my cut going to be straight? Oh, I hope so. Why'd you line it up crooked? I don't know. Just trying to get it straight. Oh, there goes a piece of art. Oh, I can feel I just cut into the ruler. Brand new ruler. Oh, no. Look at what just happened to our ruler. That's what happens when you use a plastic ruler. Probably shouldn't do that, but I was kind of had it angled, so that kind of messed it all up. Let's try that again. There we go. Is the cut straight? Kinda. Let's get this bottom black part cut off. I don't really need a ruler for this, but doing it anyway. Oh, cutting into the ruler again. Fun times. All right, that's done. Oh, there's another piece of black up here. I don't know if you're gonna see all this, but I don't even need this ruler right now, but I'll just do it anyway. There we go. Okay, the black has been extracted as well. So now we've cut all the way around the cover. We kind of tried to make a flower looking theme to the side. We cut these flowers out. I just trimmed off the black and we extracted her lenses. And I'm going to do something with her lenses behind her lenses, but we have these. I kind of wonder about gluing these down, like where and when do we glue stuff down, because I think we're going to need to glue it. But I have these flowers here and these look really beautiful, and I was thinking of maybe kind of cutting out some patches, and maybe we put the patches kind of in the cover as well. So let me look at it and see if there's a couple patches. I see this patch here looks really good. Like maybe we could get a good cut around the edges up here as well. It's a little tricky because they're all kind of collaged together, so trying to cut them out and make it look natural, like kind of like a bush or something, is very tricky. You know, after looking at it, I'm probably not going to do that just because I don't want to mess this up. I may need this as a backup. Okay, now that I have Millie here laid out on the table, you can see I actually have these records in the background that I was thinking of using for her eyes. I have two options and I'm gonna choose one, but you know, you could comment which one you think you would have liked better, but I think I'm gonna go with the other option. But as you can see, I had these two records, and what I like is that, you know, the circle of the record is kind of like her eye in a way, and it looks cool. If you see what these records are, it's got like some people kissing, and then you got the spray paint of the stars there, and those could be under her glasses, and then you would have the flowers on the side. So that's what I was thinking. I had another idea as well, and I think I might go with the other idea. Now that I'm showing you this one, at least you get an experience of what this would look like. I think if I glued her down and put her there and had those records, make sure you don't see the flowers there to the sides poking in under her glasses. But I thought the records are kind of funny because it kind of looks like it's her eyes and stuff, so I thought that was pretty cool. I think we're gonna stick with the floral theme. Something else you could do is, I found this paper here, put these behind it, like what if those are behind her glasses, or I could cut these out and incorporate them into the piece down at the bottom. I don't think we need to do all that. We're trying to make it a quick collage, so I don't think we need to go that far with it. I think what we want to do is do my second idea. So let me lay it on the board and see if I can figure it out. Okay, so I have decided to bust out the glue stick. I need to glue these down. It's very important. I got to glue these down. I don't want to move it all around. As much as I don't want to glue it, I have to glue it. So I'm going to go ahead. Whoa, get that out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and slap some glue on this and try to get it flat to the paper. I just don't want it moving around. You know, I don't want it moving around. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the glue. And that's what I don't want to do on the edges. Get those chunks, because then those chunks show up in the piece. I do have my roller there, so we'll try to flatten it out. I saw some chunks right there. I don't want those showing up in our collage piece. Go ahead and try to line it up down here with the edges and stick it. Stick it. It's a little off there. Let me grab my roller. Okay, we're just gonna flatten it out. Make sure we don't have any bubbles or any bumps from those glue chunks. Okay, that was successful. Let's do the other side. Let's see. Yes, this side. Do the same thing. Try to get some glue on here without getting those chunks of glue, because the chunks of glue like to leave bumps in my collage, and I don't like it. Try not to get it all over my hands as well. Never really been successful at that, but looks like we're getting it pretty good here. Make sure I don't really see too many chunks on there, so let me try to line it up down here. Flatten it. Go flat. Get out of my way. Go flat. Go flat. I'll bring the roller back in just to make sure we get this all flattened out. Look at it from different angles here. Yeah, looks really flat, looks really good. That is what we're going for. Now, for Millie, we got to get Millie glued down. It's really important. Okay, we have Millie here. We're going to glue down Millie here, and this is the cover. I'm not showing you what I did to her eyes yet. You're going to have to wait and see. After this, you'll get to see the finished product of our collage. Now maybe we cut some more flowers out and add them to the side, but I won't drag y'all into that. You'll have to see that in the quick collage process. But I want to make sure these sharp pieces, ooh, and not that piece. I want to make sure these sharp edges here that I cut to make it kind of look like flowers are kind of glued down, because they're acting all types of funny. Didn't want to have to glue it, but I'm gonna have to do it just to make sure that it sticks. So let me get this glue on here, and then I'll show you the big reveal of what our Reimagined magazine cover looks like. Okay, I'm giving it one last roll with the roller here. I need to make sure everything's stuck, everything's flat. I did use the glue stick. It's not something that I wanted to do, but I wanted it to stay in place. Okay, I think it's flat enough. Are you ready to see the big reveal of our Reimagined magazine cover? This is the Vanity Fair, March 2025. It is Millie Bobby Brown, and the way I did this is my prerogative, okay? It's my prerogative. There's no relation, there's no relation. Are you ready to see the cover? Are you ready to see it? Here it is. Boom. I love it. I love it. It's super simple. This is a quick collage, but I think we elevated this cover. You see how instead of the records, I wanted to use the flowers coming down her face. I thought that was kind of fun, kind of funny. And then we incorporated it with the side. We were able to keep the text, and see, we tried to cut these flowers to the side, and you see how that kind of came together there. I'm not sure. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I just go ahead and did it, and it turned out like this. I like it, and I had a lot of fun making it, and I think that's what really matters. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this collage, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps me. It shares it out on the algorithm with other people, so I really do appreciate that. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more videos like these, and I'll catch you in the next one.